Salutations, Stalt here, and these are my impressions from the early access launch of Conan Exiles. Right off the bat, I want to address performance, as it's probably the most deciding factor in whether you can even stomach a game or not. The local client's performance is actually exceptional in many areas, though I did find myself dropping frames in the more lushly vegetated oases, which was no great surprise, really. With my mediocre PC, I was able to easily run on medium with no real issues, though I did drop down to lower settings to ensure a more stable frame rate while recording for some of this footage. Server performance has not really been up to par, with servers that have a surplus of players becoming extremely laggy and very hard to play on. Low population servers, however, seem unaffected by this issue. I'm positive that this will be figured out within a day or two of this video. It's a pretty large studio. They're not playing around. They're going to fix this. So anyway, as far as the performance on early access launches go, this was not half bad at all. A huge amount of your time will be devoted to the progression system, which, if you've played a certain dinosaur-related survival game, should feel fairly familiar. As you level up, you could put points into stats such as strength for weapon power, agility for armor, grit to increase your stamina pool, and a few other useful bits to suit your playstyle. While not the biggest fan of player stats in survival games personally, as this game is constantly badgering you with a non-stop stream of hyenas and crocodiles, they are a welcome addition to assist in combating all this Hyborian fauna all over the place. The other aspect of leveling is a simple blueprint unlock system, which, while a bit of a slog to work through, staggers content and encourages specialization when working with groups, which, if you know anything, is one of the building blocks of civilization. Also, another building block of civilization is clubbing unsuspecting warriors and cooks and then putting them to work turning the wheels of industry. We'll talk more about the thralls in a bit, but first, I gotta talk about this combat. If you're looking for an in-depth melee system with intricate movement controls, you're in the wrong wheelhouse. Survival in Conan Exiles revolves around swinging as fast as humanly possible with the swords and maybe sidestepping a bit until you run out of stamina. The shields don't seem worthwhile, as the stun from hitting them ends before your swing even completes, forcing you to end up trading blows anyway. I haven't unlocked the metal Targe yet, but everything beneath it seems to snap in only a few hits, leaving you more vulnerable than you would have been if you had just decided to channel your inner lawnmower man. All of that said, the combat is fairly simple, and after having spent 25 hours trimming the hedges, I'm not all too bothered by that. The archery seems to need some work, as it is not very satisfying, and it's hard to tell if you even hit sometimes, but it's the Conan universe, so you should probably just pick up a club and be a proper caveman anyway. I know that it doesn't look it due to my current settings, but this is a really fantastic looking game. Everywhere you look, you're greeted with the imposing ruins of a fallen civilization tainted by magical corruption, and as you plumb their depths, you'll find unique boss enemies and loot. Some of the ruins even seem to have riddles and lore attached that lead to quests or soon-to-be-added raid-like dungeons, which is an amazing concept that had not been properly represented yet in this genre. Funcom are the perfect people to be working on this style of gameplay, as the majority of their larger titles have been MMOs. This crossover that encourages group play and less murder hobo killing behavior is a huge plus in my book. The care that went into designing this map shows through, and some of the zones you'll find are simply breathtaking. I'd be lying if I said that there were no bugs or oversights, but so far they've done a pretty good job patching up holes as they arise. One of the biggest oversights yet was the ability to straight up punch your way through walls like He-Man or something. But that was actually quickly remedied within a few hours, much to their credit. Now, if only they could stop these animals from trying to smash down my stone walls that can't be damaged by stone tools, but apparently can be damaged by teeth, that'd be great. Animals have already proven themselves an effective raiding tool. Oh, right, one of the most important parts here, building and raiding. Building is the simple, tried and true, build and then place style we've seen so often, and once you get an iron pickaxe, the lower tier stone walls mean nothing, which is then repeated when you reach steel. While I am glad that there is a time investment to get to that point, I worry that it is way too easy currently to just plow through someone's base with little effort, as the next building tier comes a few levels after these metal tools, and the only building material that resists steel is a tremendous undertaking to make. The thrall system seems cool, and while I haven't had much time to mess with it, having guards in your base while offline is a huge plus in my book. Offline raiding is an unfortunate reality of survival games, and any means to help combat that are much appreciated. There are even some special thralls that have jobs like cooking, tanning, and blacksmithing that you can club and lasso to help around the base, making life less tedious and lonely. Overall, I am very pleased with the state of this game. It needs work, as it is clearly and obviously not finished or finely balanced, but the core mechanics are solid, and I haven't fallen through the world yet, so I'm hopeful that they might actually reach their prediction of having less than 1 full year of early access. It seems like every other day we are bombarded with news of another early access open world survival game. But it is refreshing to have a proven and sizable studio working an actual unique angle on a much loved franchise. What do you guys think about the concept of a survival game that actually puts you against the world and environment more often than other players? There's been a real trend more toward these games having not much to do other than PvP. Do you think Conan Exiles will prove to be the breath of fresh air this genre needs? Drop a comment down below and let a brother know. But as always, thanks for watching, and stick around for more content.
24 crystal? What the fuck is crystal?
I believe it is a